Let's go through the cars on this class. 1924 Ford Model T. You could have had a Packard or a Rolls Royce or a Graham if you were rich, but if you were poor and a common man, you bought a Ford. Two pedals to make it go. First gear was pedal down, second gear you release the pedal. That's all I know about it. Mr. Spike Punk could better describe how it works. Hi, baby. Are you an ankle biter? Gear drive speedometer, real simple, low tech. Low tech. Look how the glass has got that pink tinge to it, like on that 32 Ford. Simple and low tech. This car here is an amazing former 60s hot rod. Olds Rocket 88 powered with a LaSalle transmission because the Cadillac LaSalles used an old straight 8. And this man rescued it after the previous owner that hot rodded it and didn't chop it up too bad, just a little bit. After he died, and he spent time and unbelievable skill bringing it back to this pristine condition. It's the only 1931 Graham known to exist. Deckwood, hard, whatever it was. Glued in the rubber himself. Did a tremendous job restoring this car himself. And there's the reference book, Graham Standard 6, Graham Special 6, Page Commercial Car. Right there. Bent the top bows out of oak himself. Did a lot of the work. A lot. That man right there did a tremendous amount of the work on the car himself. Didn't just bring it to a fancy restoration shop and write the check. Rumble seat. Golf club door. Put your golf clubs in.
Did they have little step plates that went on there?
I have a step plate on, but I thought it looked nicer because it was the original one from it. I couldn't buff it up.
All chopped up and brought back to original.
What I like, you know, they clip on here, and they little cocoa mat.
Amazing.
All different sizes. They're a little pricey, but they're
Beautiful car. Wow. Graham Page.
Weld them all and made the strip coming down the side.
Now you gotta start on
Straight 6 flat. 62 Electras coming up next.
25.
That's a good one. Yep. That's a nice Sunday drive. You don't have to worry about anybody running.
Yep, got you right.
This I would have to carry a bat and kill the guy.
Next to it's a 25 Ford Speedster. Take off the body. All we need is 2 seats and a fuel tank and a bit of space for luggage. No front brakes. External contracting brakes in the back, knockoffs. Brass Ford, easy to work with. 1 stoplight. Jeez, simplicity. Dodge Brothers with bigger brakes, wood wheels. It's a Dodge with Goodrich Silvertowns, nice and cracked. Try to keep it under 60 miles an hour. Don't want to chuck a tread. Beautiful leather interior, beautifully stitched. Little too good condition to be original. Beveled mirror. Look at those floorboards. Oh boy, it was a different era, huh? Dodge Brothers, wooden wheels, wooden spoke wheels.
Pizza sales.
$19.22. Next to it is another Oldsmobile. Looks just like the Dodge. Parked right beside it. Hard to tell the difference. Ransom E. Oldsmobile. REO. Oldsmobile. Let's see what it says on the badge. The crest on the radiator. Olds Motor Works, Lansing, Michigan. Let's see if she'll focus that close. Yep. The Motometer Company, Long Island City, New York. Motometer, patented March 1914. Standard. Beautiful Oldsmobile. Looks so much like that Dodge, but the cowl on the Dodge rides up to meet the windshield. This one's flat. Real wood dash. Spark advance on the steering wheel. 2x4 seen some good use. Next to it, another Dodge Brothers. Closed car, pinstriped. Probably a straight 6 flathead. Standard 6 Dodge Brothers. 1928. And lastly,
If you see a
Plymouth,
Dodge,
the cheaper Dodge. Chrysler Dodge Plymouth. Look how that headlight's yellowed. It's a TW 2-light, TWOLITE, 2-light headlamp. This one's got a bit more yellowing. 1929 honeycomb radiator. This car is driven. It's muddy. Converted to hydraulic brakes, front brakes too. How many cars had front brakes in the mid-20s, late 20s? A few wheel weights there. Big valve cap. Wooden wheels. Oak or ash. These look like oak. That one's got no front brakes. This one does. And that one does. 1929. And they drive it. You wonder the story of this car. How it survived almost 100 years. Uh-oh. Driver quality. Fill her up, ethanol free. Roadster, convertible, touring car, Phaeton, closed car. 1924 REO Speedwagon school bus. Oop, there's the heater. Open in summer, closed in winter. 4-cylinder, exposed valve train, generator, distributor.
Okay, so you probably be the. I'm looking for.
What a school bus. Lots of oak, fir, pine. Up on board, we're all going to school. Beautifully restored. I heard the story of this a couple of years ago. Gas tank right in the passenger compartment. Fill her up. The gas tank is right in front of the driver. That is truly amazing. Wooden wheels, big brakes, REO school bus.
5 miles and you shoot them with oil.
Genuine original school bus. Brought the kids to school. Was in a barn. I think the building fell down on top of it. This guy told me the story last year or the year before, and here it is, rescued. External contracting brakes. The brake material squeezes around the drum. Just like the emergency brake on my 1977 Chevy dump truck, which barely worked. Exit door for the driver. And the tires. Goodrich Silvertowns. Cord tires. The BF Goodrich Company, Akron, Ohio, USA. I think they're still there. REO Motor Company. Ransom E. Oldsmobile.
Well, just Olds. Oldsmobile.
Oldsmobile was the car. Ransom Olds was his name, and he made an Oldsmobile.
Olds, yeah.
Of course,
He
of
wanted
course.
to call the car the Olds, but he was fighting with his investors from Oldsmobile.
I did read that story.
And so he elected to just use his initials.
REO.
REO.
And then you heard a band called the REO Speedwagon Band.
Exactly. They stole their logo right
Look
from
at that
there.
flywheel. External exposed valve train.
F-head motor, they call it.
I like the fuel tank above the steering column.
Right in.
You'd think they'd have a little trap door here to fill up the gas from the outside. No, put the hose right inside.
Goes right in with you.
Yeah, sure. Kids can bring it inside with their lunch on the way to school. REO, Ransom E. Olds. Formed the Oldsmobile Company, had problems with investors, went out on his own, and started all over again. There's the oil level checker. There's it. Full, empty. Cadillac said MT, the letters MT. was looking at a 32
Yeah.
Cadillac, the letter M/T, empty.
We had 6 people riding this bus that rode it to school when they were kids.
Yeah, I think I looked at this a couple of years ago, and I don't think I put the video on YouTube, but I will today. I've got it right on my phone. No more camera. School children, beware. Great story. Now, this was in a barn, I think. You told me the story.
Our
The
grandfather's, yeah.
building
It was
collapsed on top of it.
Well, it settled down on a little pole barn type thing, and it just settled down on it over the years. My grandfather was in the junk business. He wanted to scrap it, but his sister moved into the house the day their father passed away and locked him out of the place, so wouldn't let him have it. But he surely would have junked the thing because that was his business at the time.
Yeah, just a bunch of junk.
That's how it stayed in the family.
Wow, and that would have been what year approximately?
Geez, I'm not exactly sure of a date on that. I know this thing it went into the barn in 1935.
35. So
So
it was
it went into the barn in
it was
35
11 years
at
old.
the end of the school year when it was retired. And, but I don't know what time. I can't remember the date that my great-grandfather passed away. I'll have to ask the family historian.
well, I'll catch you next year, and you'll know the answer
I will.
next year.
Next year I'll know the answer.
Thank you. You can look me up on YouTube, Corvair Wild. You'll see your
All right.
school bus on YouTube, Corvair
Unsafe
Wild.
at any speed.
Ha! We love our Corvairs. Oh, imagine the kids this thing transported to school. No seatbelts, just like today. No seatbelts in anything, even 2016. Just a little bit of padding on the back of the seats, but no gas tank in the passenger compartment. Amazing. What a great school bus. Local school bus. People went to school on this school bus before it was retired in 1935, and they were here today. That is amazing. What do you think, Miss Hipchick? Go for a ride in the school bus?
I don't like it.
Gotta repaint it red. All right,
I
this
want
video.
I like the red Rolls Royce.
Well,
Red and gold.
let's take a peek underneath this thing. Gotta look at the mechanics of it. Flywheel, chain drive, something or other. It gets driven.